the second episode of Melody Monday, where I take one question each week about my work, which I call drawing music. So this week, the question is, can you walk us through your translating music into visual art? And another one leading up from that actually is, how do you capture the essence of that music visually? So I'm recording these separately because I can't seem to record more than 4 minutes on my phone. But here we go. So can you walk us through your process? Right, so I always work from a classical music score because that is what I'm most comfortable with. So I've translated Mozart before, Bach, of course, Schubert, and even the Foo Fighters. But the Foo Fighters was a string quartet version, and therefore I had a music score, and that would look something like this. And with music, you can read it horizontally or vertically. And this is why I favor Bach a lot, because there are many voices in Bach. That means you can read it a lot more vertically than, say, Chopin perhaps. But for me, that means that I can use more colors, and more colors means more color mixing. So if I explain that a bit, let's have a look. So this section here, this is a Mozart sonata. So this is a B, which is a pink. That's a D, which is orange. And then up here we've got another D, which is an octave higher, which is the same color but slightly more translucent. And then above that we have a G, and the higher the notes go, the more translucent they become. And so above that G, which is green, we have another D, which is even more translucent than this one. So we've got 3 Ds, 3 translucencies basically. So all those colors, the 5 colors, are going to sit on top of each other and create a color. So that would be orange, pink, and green mixed together with a bit more orange. And I find that really fun to do as I'm sitting there in my computer program, layering these colors on top of each other. It's just exciting for me. So I am going to attach a slide so you can see what I did with Jens Morsing piece, bars 14 to 15. I've added the score at the bottom and then the visual art piece at the top, so you can follow note for note how I've translated it. And also I've added a video of me working away, moving the note colors around so that you can see what that one color is made up of. Okay, so that's part 1. part 2, which is how do I capture the essence of that music. Now, for me, the essence of music is the soul of the music, and the soul of the music is completely dependent on the performance. And that yet still is dependent on the musician, because each musician brings their own ideas, outlook, experiences to that piece of music. So for me, I'm not really trying to capture the essence completely, because my works are more visual scores than performances. But this is also why I like to add a QR code alongside the art piece, so that the viewer can experience the essence of the music acoustically whilst they look at it. Now, I do try to capture some essence of it, which has to do with me listening to the music and inputting through texture, through the visual texture. So I'm listening to the timbre of the sound texture of the music, and I'm trying to find the equivalent the best I can visually. Now you can see that mostly with the collaboration I did with Doug Thomas, which is a couple of years ago now, where I took each short piece of his and I used a different form depending on how I felt the music sounded. So to show you, I've got a couple of pieces here. So this one is Rytmiktekton 3, and as you can see, it's not my typical straight lines behind me. I wanted to depict the movement or the vibration, and so I chose this shape to depict that. Still using my same process of each note having the same color, but it was just the texture that was different. And then if I show you this one, which is pointillism, I decided instead of the lines, I would use circles, because it was all about the connection to Impressionism. And Impressionism was about dabs of color, no prior mixing. You would mix on the canvas, as it were, and that's what I wanted to portray. So that is the essence visually. And yeah, I think that's that question answered. If you have any further questions, please put them below. And that's it for this week. Thanks.